Welcome to a short and maybe messy bonus episode of
Where I Can Top My Knee.
So
Hey.
Hey. So y'all know who I am. You know who Jonathan is. But today we have a special guest on our show. And it's not my future husband, Taehyun, but my almost ex-boyfriend, Patrick. Patrick, introduce yourself to the congregation.
Oh my, you're gonna get me in so much trouble. I'm telling you that right now. Hey, I'm Patrick, Kevin's almost ex-boyfriend. Yeah. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Let's bring in the Japanese, right?
Yes. And I think you're going to be so helpful to us because you speak Japanese.
Yes.
Only thing, I know Jonathan speaks Spanish. I speak some Spanish and some Portuguese, but that's not going to help us with this show.
That didn't help us at all with this show, no.
That didn't help us at all. I mean, it did help with getting Alan to kind of, talk to us.
And he liked your message on Instagram. That's all he did.
Wait, what? What?
Oh, that's right. You didn't know the tea,
I didn't know
Patrick.
that. Oh no.
Alan is becoming a fan, and we're here for it,
Oh,
and
really? Did you tell him I'm on this episode? Because
we can.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We can. I mean, he hasn't slid into our DMs or shared our post yet, but he liked it and he liked my comment.
Hey, that's better than nothing.
Right. Anyway, Patrick, is there anything more you want to say about yourself before we get into it?
I don't think so. Y'all got me into this show. Thanks for having me here. Let's jump in.
Thank you for being here. Let's get into it. So, before we get right into this recap, we did get some bonus footage that, Jonathan, you found out because it was shared with us on Twitter by...
So thank you to whoever tagged us on Twitter.
I think that person's I'm going to share it because they public, cuckoo_Lee with the K for cuckoo, okay?
Come on, cuckoo.
Cuckoo. They're not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, so that's good. So, which is great. What was this footage about?
I think, they've been, Netflix Japan has been posting a bunch of behind the scenes, like, edited footage of all these good convos that the boys are having in the house that we've been missing from the show. But on Twitter, I saw that there was a convo between Taehyun and Gensei. Like a good convo about being, the oldest in the house and having that kind of divide between should I focus on work or should I focus on relationships, where they're at that age where they feel like their career is more important and they don't have the time to really kind of play around and be a little frivolous with men. So, I mean, what do you guys think?
There was a lot of frivolity in that house.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
There's a lot of it. What, and I guess, Patrick, since you speak Japanese, like, was there, anytime there's any nuance that comes up that we're missing as, English speakers, because there's definitely nuance I think that tends to be missing. Let us know the tea, because that would definitely give people, I think, a fuller perspective of what the hell is going on,
Well, there's cultural things too, right? Because they were talking about their careers, weren't they? In that, and it's like, I know it's like loosening up, but like back in the day, I know they used to have it here in the U.S. like forever ago, but it was still pretty common in Japan. And is like you go to a company, you were there until the end of time. So like it's tough, like switching around in careers and all that like isn't that common. So I think that plays into a lot of it as well.
Yeah, I feel sad for Taehyun because that's another like hurdle that he felt he has to go through because he felt, he's already been moving around so much in his life. And now he's saying that he like started his design career a little late, so he's not, people at his age are usually, probably creative directors right now, and he's probably still like a regular graphic designer level.
But it's okay. You know what? Taehyun is going to be marrying me, and that will solve a lot of things. Anywho,
is he really? Is he really now?
Yes. Anyway, let's really get into recapping these last 2 episodes of The Boyfriend, which, by the way, is available to stream on Netflix. It's all there. So if you haven't seen a single episode, binge it before you even listen to this, okay? Because we're going to have a lot of spoilers.
Lots of spoilers.
And we're going to kind of divide this time based on episodes. And there's only 2. So we're going to start off with episode 9 and go from there. Okay? So, day 1, the folks who are on their dates, they come back. And they're talking about their dates. And of course,
I screamed already in the first 5 minutes of this episode. Because Dai and Shun walk back into the house, and already they're like, "Oh, what did you guys do?" And Shun, the first thing he says is, "Yeah, we slept." And I don't know, Patrick. That's when you can tell us.
That was
what he said?
Yes, but it there's different verbs for the 2 different things. So he definitely did say we slept together, not got busy together. We slept together because there's a very different verb for that. So. But he knew what he was doing. Y'all.
He was playing with it. He was like, "Yeah, we slept together, but also we slept together."
Yeah.
But then Alan's flat out like, "Y'all had sex?"
Because
I feel like. Yeah, Alan would be the one to say that. I mean, do you guys think they really did it that night? With Netflix still recording?
I think there was cream, but no cream in the hole. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh my god.
That's what I think
agree, but you don't gotta say it like that.
I'm just saying, listen, y'all already know I'm gonna say it the way it comes out of my mouth.
Well,
and I'm pretty sure there were things going in mouths with them too. But
anyway,
I mean,
I don't know.
You had to zoom in on Shun's face, and even I was telling my friends, I was like, "Did you look closely?" Because
I was.
We were all talking about it. I was covers. Like, yeah. Those are some thick sheets. I don't think it was that cold out.
Stop. It's winter. It's fall. I don't know.
It's not winter.
It's not. It wasn't that cold. I
mean, I don't know. Part of me is like, Shun is not that person, maybe. But at the same time, I'm like, Shun has been so... He's such a... I don't know. He's such a character. He's so,
Character
1 minute he's, hiding his feelings. The next minute, he can flat out be like, yeah... Let's kiss, or I don't know.
He's like that. So maybe Katy Perry
would be
song.
The one.
He is like that Katy Perry song.
He is hot and cold.
Yes, very much. I'm not going to sing it today, though. Then we see a conversation with Taehyun and Gensei. They go outside for a little bit. And Gensei is expressing how he gets back from that date with Ryota, and he sees Ryota's face when Kazuto and Alan returned. Now, what is our thoughts on all of that?
I mean, I knew that was going to happen.
I did too.
I mean, I knew. I had a feeling. Last episode, when they went on the date in general, I had a feeling they were both just like, you know what? Kazuto's gonna pick Alan. Let's just pick each other so we can go on a date. So we can get out this house.
Yeah.
I just feel like Ryota don't like him like that. Straight up.
No. Even though I think they would make a cute couple.
They would look so cute together.
Yeah. But Ryota is hung up on people who don't like him.
I mean, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, you know what? Anyway. And then...
go
ahead. No,
I
no,
was gonna
go
say
ahead.
that conversation was like, I just wrote down. I was like, Gensei is so wise. Like that's all I wrote down. I was like, that's such a like great way to approach the situation when you're like, well, I'm not getting what I want, but you know what?
Yeah,
I mean,
and
we
I
see
think
that later on in the episode when yeah, we see that it's Gensei's turn to be in charge of the truck, and he pits Ryota. And he's kind of, really makes a point to be in charge of his time here.
yes, we do know this, Jonathan. But we're gonna try to go in order because now you jumped.
This isn't order. This isn't order.
We haven't finished about what Taehyun
conversation.
said.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
conversation. I was talking about Jonathan. I don't know about you.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, like, hold on. In that conversation with Gensei and Taehyun also reveals he's not in love with anyone in the house.
Yeah, that's sad.
I mean, I know why.
Oh.
Anyway,
don't you say it. Don't you say it.
Then we go back inside the house, and I'm pretty sure all of us, even though we didn't watch the show together, but I'm pretty sure when we saw this and Shun and Dai were not sitting next to each other,
I rolled my eyes so hard.
I did too. I rolled my
not
eyes
again.
and I
Not
was
again.
like, here we go again. I was like, y'all just had a nice night.
Y'all just smashed.
Right. I mean, almost smashed. Almost.
Y'all did something.
Yeah, they did something.
Y'all
Third
just
It's
broke
like,
the
now
internet.
you mad again? Like, what is you mad at now? So now we at the truck. And
Yeah,
we
it's
already
room.
And Jonathan, you already said it. We at the truck. Gensei's in charge of the truck. Gensei chose Ryota. Did his hair and makeup, which I thought was really nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was really cute. He finally had his
was.
moment with him. Yeah.
Right. He had his little moment. Then they go back to the house. And then we find out why Shun is mad.
I could not. I was like, this has to be wrong. I was like, are you serious? I can't even say it again. It's ridiculous.
Shun, I feel like he was also like kind of embarrassed to say that it's what irked him. So he was like, I feel like Dai wouldn't take it serious. But I mean,
I wouldn't either.
was it that serious?
No, he
I
should.
would-
Was it
he
that
should
serious that you couldn't bring it up in the moment?
Right.
Like, you said because of the t-shirt.
He said you didn't wear my t-shirt when I offered it.
And that's why you mad.
And Dai was literally like something along the lines of, well, I was taking a shower right after and had he even had a legitimate reason for not wearing stuff that he refused.
Yeah, he wanted to wear a different t-shirt.
Right. And I'm like, what are you? Oh my god.
I So then like Ikkyo
I mean, this
and
whole
Dai,
drama, with Ikkyo and Dai.
yeah, they go
I
have a
feel like-
conversation, and I was getting a sense, and I think one of the commenters said it, that Ikkyo probably has feelings for Dai at this point. And I was like,
that's what we all thought when he first came into the house.
Right. And it was like, because remember he chased after Kazuto for a little bit. Kazuto was like, no. And then I was like, he either got over that or he's into Dai, or he's into both of them.
I mean, he realized that like Kazuto was maybe like, I don't know, just out of his reach. And
especially when there's all these other people reaching for him. He was out of his reach. Yeah. And then Ikkyo and Shun have a conversation, and this one I'm like, this is a little messy.
Low-key, this was being messy. This is
messy. And I don't.
Do you think so?
Yes,
because Dai literally told. I feel like he told everyone. He like told the group. He was like, "I'm a go. Like, I'm tired of being the first person to reach out to to Shun. So this time I'm gonna just cool off, wait a little bit, and then I'll like figure out a time when I want to reach out to him." Right. And he told that to the group, and Equal heard that and was like, "Anyway, I'm gonna go try to make it happen right now." And I was like, "Buddy, you're butting in for no reason."
being messy, and then suggests
But
that Shun should talk in front of everybody. And I guess his reasoning,
it's because Shun is like
m-
just afraid to talk about it. Maybe he's more comfortable talking in front of a group. I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
it
but this
makes
is
him
not.
less awkward, but
Yeah, and I mean maybe because, and I get like Ikyo was saying like, oh, it makes everyone in the group feel awkward because everybody knows
Right,
Shun and
right.
Dai are, doing things
I mean, because
in
yeah, Shun makes it
things,
so awkward. He's like, I'm gonna
Mm,
stay in the house. I need some
Right,
space away from a certain someone, and they're
right.
all like,
right.
who? And I'm like, why are you doing this? Like,
But
you
that was
guys have been in the house
so
together for
rude.
30 days.
That
Yeah,
was ridiculous. I'm sorry. That was so rude when he said that. And wasn't it Alan that was like, "What are you doing?"
right. Alan was
He was like, what's
confused
the
as
tea? What's the
well.
problem? And he's
Right,
like, I
like
can't say.
Well, and then even like as that's when like Shun said in Japanese, he's like, "Oh, I can't remember specifically, but he's like, oh, it's mendokusai, which means like troublesome or annoying. So I don't want to talk about it." I was like, dude, literally, you bringing it up but not talking about it is mendokusai. Like that's annoying.
Yeah,
Like you're
making it
it
more of a
worse.
problem.
Right? And I'm just
right.
like, stop.
Yeah, he needed to stop it immediately, but I feel as if every episode Shun finds a way to irk me. And I'm like irked for Dai. But I guess, that's why I think Dai might be an emotional sadist. Because I don't get it. You know.
Oh
But
no! I mean,
then
he talked about that with Equal though, because Equal's like, I feel like I feel bad that I'm watching you go through this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dai's like, I'm gonna keep going though. I won't quit. I won't quit until I'm worn out. So
But
he's
like,
going all the way to the end.
But is that healthy? I don't know. I was like, I
Yeah,
get
is this a
it,
little
but
toxic? Maybe.
yeah.
emotional
but,
sadism.
I don't know. He's willing to like work with Shun through these issues because he cares about him enough.
Yeah.
If you're willingly knowing the situation, maybe it's
But-
not so toxic. I don't know.
But also, it hasn't even been like, I mean, we're like getting to a month, but like you've known this person for a month. So, right though?
And he's
It's
ride or
different.
die. He's ride or
Yeah.
die. He's
I'm
in
like,
his name.
3 days in, I'm here for you. What do you need?
Yes.
He is ride or die, but
It's love at first sight.
clearly.
I
Clearly.
don't know.
And then I guess so while Ikkyo is talking with Shun, the rest of the guys are talking with Dai. Dai says he needs that distance, he needs that space. Ikkyo runs over with his tall ass and goes like, oh, I wanted to tell you that Shun wants to talk to everybody in front of everybody and tell you what his issue is. And of course,
Well,
Dai
he said
gets
he wanted
upset,
everyone's opinion. He wanted everyone's
and it
opinion.
wants everyone's opinion.
Yeah.
And of
Yeah.
course, Dai is like, what the f- are you doing? And of course he gets upset. And of course, everyone's saying like, okay, this is messy. .co.jp.
I thought they were gonna
it's a
fight.
mess.
I was
Right.
like, I was worried. I was like, oh
Yeah.
gosh, like Dai's short, but you've got listen. As a short man, we've got a lot of fire in us. So
Right. Mhm.
Stop.
There's a lot
it
of
looks
dynamite in them little
yeah,
packages.
for how calm
like
Dai
they say.
is, like I feel like he's very, like he's really holding back in this show. He's really
Yeah.
That's why maybe they're good for each other in that way. That
Right.
it's calming Dai down to really like think first before he gets heated, because he got real heated
Maybe.
here.
He did. I mean, rightfully so, because I would be annoyed too.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And I love how each of the guys are like, you know what? I'm going to exit.
right, one
Each
by
one of
one,
them
I was
kinda,
like,
leaves. Yeah, they left. And then Ikkyo realizes that he was a mess. He apologizes to everybody, which I'm like, good. You took accountability.
I mean,
I
he had good intentions. Yeah, good intentions.
Good and well.
He just wanted to settle this conflict, this awkward conflict
He
that shouldn't be
needed that
caused in every
screen
2 days in this
time.
house.
He needed
Ooh,
I guess
that
he
too.
time too.
He
y'all,
needed that
because
screen
He
time.
came late, and after the like
True, he barely
beach
know anyone in
frolic,
this house.
Yeah, after the beach frolic with Dai that first day, it was just like, all right, we're done with you. He's not interested.
No.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I mean,
No.
he probably got more screen time than Taeyeon, though, and that's crazy.
Oh, poor Taeyeon getting 0 screen. He has to get YouTube shorts.
Like, literally, he has more screen time in these edits, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Right. And back to Ikyo apologizing. I love how everyone was like, we understand that your intention was good. I mean, Dai wasn't ready to hear that at the moment because he was heated. So he had to excuse himself to calm his ass down, which I get
Oh my
it.
god.
But it's good, like, everyone's like, you shouldn't have done that, but we understand you had good intentions, you know? Then Dai has a conversation with Alan. And you know what? Alan is probably one of the best two people in the house to talk to between him and Taehyun. Taehyun is
Yeah.
very even is very even keel, knows how to give really good advice and can look at all perspectives. But of course, you know, Dai and Taehyun had that little interaction a few episodes back, and Dai kind of gave a little Karen attitude with that. You know, he didn't like that. But
I mean, even there was
Oops.
like, you know, I guess translation stuff
Could have
on
been.
Netflix that it felt more aggressive on Netflix apparently.
maybe, you know, maybe
I
think
read that too. Yeah.
yeah. I would say with Alan, however,
Because he knows Alan, yeah.
and Alan, they know each other from before the show. And
Yeah.
Alan is very good at also giving advice, but he likes to change the mood around to go from, okay, this mood is kind of messy. Let's try to turn it around and make it good,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He loves to give everyone hugs, yeah.
yeah, he loves to
Love
give
that.
everyone hugs. And then he's like, you know, I guess Dai says like he really just wants to know what's on Shun's mind without any influence from outsiders, and that's what frustrated him. And it's like, I totally get
Yeah.
that, because
That made sense.
we don't know what Shun is thinking. Okay.
We really
Yeah.
don't. We really don't.
don't.
And he does seem like easily influenced, so it's like, okay, when you like say it like that, I get it. Like, he's still young. He's like they're both young, but yeah.
Yes. And I guess, do y'all agree with what Alan said about communication being a part of Shun's insecurities?
Yes.
Oh, for sure. Shun is like emotionally stunted.
Yeah.
And this show is helping him immensely.
I mean, I would have said it a little more
Not
politely,
emotionally
but...
stunted.
I love him. That's my son, though. Shun is my son, though. I love that boy, but
Oh
like,
my god.
this show, he
I'm
needed
glad
this
he's
show.
your son, not mine.
Yeah, I don't want him. You can have him.
No, I love him.
No,
But yeah, I
thanks.
believe he does. Like, he has that insecurity, but I do think he is capable of growing. Right? I think he's very capable.
Yeah.
You know.
He's 23, right? Or 22?
Yes, and so is Dai. So they're the same
Yes.
age.
So like,
Yeah.
I kind of get. I mean, I'm still annoyed with him, but at the same time I still get it. He'll. I hope he figures it out.
Yeah, and then I guess Dai and Alan come back in the house. It's so funny how like Taehyun is just there napping.
I
Like
saw
on the
that.
floor,
Yeah.
a whole mood.
Like Kazuto's on the couch sleeping, and Taeyeon's like on the floor napping. I was like,
Yeah,
what
and I was
happened?
like, that's a mood. Because after a while, like, that whole thing with Daishun had me exhausted. I was like, I would be doing the same exact thing. Because I'm like, I'm so tired of y'all. Like, I don't dislike y'all, but I'm tired. Okay.
Oh my.
And then Daishun have
They
their little
finally
private
talk.
conversation. Finally have their little conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And Shun comparing Dai to his ex.
I mean,
Again,
to
I was like,
admit it-
was this that serious? Is that what you want though? Like, that's the way your ex showed love for you. Dai has shown his love for you in a million different ways already.
Right.
Especially with words.
Yes, with words, with touch.
But I guess he
touch.
really cherishes like actions though, acts of service.
Yes.
And I guess Shun's really expressed that a lot. That's what he needs.
Yeah.
So
And the thing is, Dai is trying very hard to figure out what Shun needs. But then Shun is out here not communicating.
yeah,
So it's
refusing to communicate at any
I'm
slightest thing.
Refusing to communicate.
Yeah.
So it's like, how
Yeah.
can he give you what you need if he doesn't know what you need and you're not verbalizing what you need?
Right.
You know? And I will have to say, I appreciate that Dai was like, you know what? This whole thing with the attitude, I don't like
With
it.
the dude.
With the dude, I'm going to he's setting up a little boundary, but he still also said, I really want to, something along the lines of, I really want to continue trying to understand you and treating you right. I'm in this ride with you.
Right.
But also he's like, I got to protect myself. And I think he got that advice from Alan, because Alan said, like, to him earlier, you have to make sure that you're happy as well, but also continue to be kind to Shun too,
Right.
And I think Dai
The
really
wise
took
words
that to
from
heart.
Alan.
Yeah, see, Alan and Taehyun, we're going to get into that a little later, okay? Because I have some thoughts. Because there are some very strong and capable people on this show, and other ones where I'm like, okay,
Ooh, say their names.
Anyway, they have their little conversation. Shun returns back
immediately,
to the group,
like 180. He's all hee 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 hee.
all giggling
I
as if
can't
he
stand
had his
this
hole
shit.
tickled.
I
I'm
love
like,
him.
oh my
though.
gosh.
I love
Oh
him.
my god, that's some fake
Yeah.
BS. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like he was doing the most. Anyway.
Okay, maybe I just relate to Shun. I don't know.
But you're not like that. Like Jonathan,
I don't know. You have to ask Steven. You have to ask Steven.
I don't know you that well, but I'm not getting that vibe from you. So.
Yeah, I don't think,
That's
Jonathan,
good.
you're like that. But I will
Putting on a
ask
good
Steven.
front for y'all.
Maybe you are fronting. I don't know. But I'll ask Steven myself. Like,
Oh my.
we'll go out. I'll have lunch. Because that's so that way, if I don't like what he's saying, at least the food is good. So
I can. Anyway.
Oh my god.
we go back to the
Gensei
beach
and
after
Ryota.
with Ryota and Gensei after they had closed the truck for the day. Gensei explains how he started having feelings, which was based on that misunderstanding, which is funny.
Yeah.
The commenters said you know how when there's that little misunderstanding, that's how feelings start, and that's how it started with Gensei.
It was very BL tropey. I don't know.
Very BL tropey.
Really?
This
I
is
thought
why
it was
BL
so
fans are
cute.
watching it. It is cute.
I was just like, oh,
I wish they carried on doing the note thing throughout the whole show. Like every couple of nights they would have to send like anonymous letters to each other or whatever. But they only did it the first night. But not every boy was here the first night.
Right.
That's true.
Because I think it would have been nice
that.
if Ikkyo could have been able to send a note to somebody,
Yeah, it would. I feel like it
Yeah.
would have helped people express emotions faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because everyone was very passive half of the show, But
I wonder if they stopped it though, because like if you weren't getting a note, you were not feeling good. Like they showed all those.
it was just crazy.
well,
Right? Did
was it
Tan
just-
get a note the first night? I don't think he did.
Oh, I don't. I know. We know Ryota didn't, like, for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah, he did not. So.
Did Taehan? I don't remember. But like I don't know. Maybe they're like, this is.
I don't think
too
Taehyun
sad.
got a note either, which I was really kind of surprised, But anyway.
Yeah, I think a bunch of people sent stuff to Dai. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
to
Dai got a
Dai.
bunch and Gensei got a letter,
Yes.
Yeah.
and that's it. Taehyun sent a message to Gensei, I think.
Yes.
First time.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Ryota sent it to Dai, and Shun didn't send anything.
Of
And
course.
Kazuto also sent it to
Yeah.
Dai, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Shun was being peak.
He said, I don't fuck with anyone in this
I don't
house.
like anybody in this house.
He did.
I don't
didn't
care
he?
about
I'm
none of
like,
y'all.
He came into this house mad as hell.
Right. Already with a whole attitude,
Yeah.
smizing. I mean, low key, I was like, I kind of like this vibe because that low
Yeah.
key would be me too coming into the house. Like, I don't know y'all. But then I think I would open up a lot faster than that. Like, he just was given stank face for at least a good, 2 weeks, it felt,
For
So-
sure.
So,
A whole month.
okay.
Hey, it's a slow burn. It's a slow burn.
Yeah,
guess
real
so.
slow.
But then back at the beach with this conversation with Gensei and
I was kind of
Ryota,
gagged here.
I was like, they not doing this to us again. Gensei is leaving?
I was like, there's 3 days left in the house. What are you doing?
Yeah, you
Why are
could have
leaving
stayed the
now?
3 extra days, but
Like, it
I
has
guess
to be
he was
for
like,
work, right?
maybe he had to go to work. He didn't say that, but I guess he said he got what he needed from
Yeah.
the green room, from the experience, you know. But I was low key kind of like, well, damn. um, I mean, I guess, you know, with him, the only person he was really feeling was Ryota, and he knew Ryota was not feeling
Was
him the
not
same
into him.
way.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, what is the point of me staying here? You know,
True. But like, it's 3 more days. I don't
right,
know.
Yeah,
right.
but it
And
could be hard for him, so he's just like, I gotta
yeah,
do my thing, get out of the
True.
situation.
mm-hmm,
I mean,
mm-hmm,
he said like, yeah, he's like, I'm walking out here, no regrets. I did what I wanted to do. I
Mm-hmm.
expressed my
mm-hmm,
feelings,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
and that is that.
Yep. And
And
I
Ryota
love
was
how
like,
the two
yep.
of them hugged, you know, and they kind of got to a point where they're like, okay, you know, there's an understanding, but I kind of wish Ryota kind of took some notes from Gensei, because notice how Gensei was like, I'm going to leave the situation. I know the feelings are not mutual. Instead of me trying to pine over someone who's
Well,
not into me, I'm going to just move
well,
on with my life. Okay. I can still be friends with this person, but I need the space to process and move on. And it's kind of like,
Oh,
Ryota, you didn't get the memo. You didn't take notes.
he didn't, because we'll talk about that later. But I'm just like,
We will talk about that
Lord have
later.
mercy, like,
He didn't take
sir.
no
no.
notes, none
And okay,
whatsoever.
he was
I feel
wearing.
Hyoi's not listening.
No, he's not. He's not. And he was wearing the necklace, wasn't he? Not the one they made together. I think the one that Gensei
That
got
he
him.
gifted to him?
I'm pretty
Yes.
sure. And I'm like,
That
I
would be
thought
another
that
slap
too.
in the face. I'd be like, why don't you like me?
what are you
All
doing?
you care about is Kazuto.
Yeah, and Kazuto don't care about you. In that
Kazuto's
Kazuto
not
already
making
told you
a
he don't like you.
necklace. Yeah. He's not
Right.
making you
I
shit.
can't. So, anyway, they hug. We get back to the house. They get back to the house, and that's when Gensei announces to the whole group that he is leaving that night.
Yeah.
And the
This was
first
so sad.
person he hugs when he breaks down is Taehan. And this
Again,
is
like the
why-
show cut out so much. Like they were probably so close in this show.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah,
don't
you
see
could tell
any of
they
it.
had a brotherly kind of bond, you know, and I think because they're both the same age, they have a certain level of maturity. They really connected on that level, even though I don't think they were into each other, of course.
Right.
But
No.
they definitely connected on a very deep brotherly level. And unfortunately, we did not get to see that develop. And I really wish we got more time of that, of just seeing, you know, the non-romantic relationships also
Yeah.
developing, because gay folk, like the three of us here, can be friends in a non-romantic way.
What?
It's
Really?
very possible.
What crazy?
You gotta,
blasphemy.
some people don't understand that, even within the community, y'all. So let's be honest.
That's true. I mean, the amount of times when I say, "Oh, I'm having a friend who is staying over the weekend," they're like, "Oh, are y'all gonna do?" No, I was like, "He's not that kind of
Oh,
friend.
yeah, go.
We're
Gonna
not
get
gonna
some
be
ice
gulping
cream.
nothing. Only thing
Ice
they're gonna
cream
be
under the
gulping
sheets.
is maybe the tea or the coffee that I'm making, and that's kind of it. Okay, like we're not doing anything else.
Don't
Like
make
I said, a friend
slurping
is staying over.
noises.
I didn't say my friend with benefits. I didn't say my street thing. I didn't say none of that. But they always
Street
think.
thing.
Street thing.
They
They're
thing.
always thinking. You know what song that is, Patrick? Street Thing by Aaliyah.
Do I? Wait, is that the first album or the second one that they won't let be on any platforms?
It's the first album.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm more of a third album Aaliyah.
Ah,
Aaliyah girl.
okay. I see you. Anywho. Anywho. So
It's
Gensei
really
hugs
sad.
Taehyun first, you know, and you could tell their bond. Taehyun, you could tell, is sad. He's not really crying, but you could tell his whole demeanor was like, man, I'm really sad. You know, probably my closest friend in the house is leaving, you know.
Yeah.
So then we get to day 3. Gensei is gone. And then Ikkyo is assigned the charge of the truck and chooses Dai. I already knew that was going to be messy. I already
know.
knew it.
I would have been like, oh no. I feel like Dai was probably like, why'd you do that? Like, I just patched things with Shun.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you trying to stir the pot again? Leave me be.
And you could tell Shun was low key mad.
Shun gave that mean side eye, like, you dead ass going
mad.
today? You leaving the house today?
Yeah.
You're right. You could tell that boy was mad, and I was like, Lord, now you're gonna have Dai come back to some drama. I can't. So then, I guess it was worth it because then we really get to see a lot from Ikkyo. But before we get to that, I love how there was literally a whole ship of aunties and uncles that came by to buy coffee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Love that. But I guess, Ikkyo reveals like, why he did what he did a couple days before.
Yeah.
Like part of it was he wanted to help them reconcile, but also he saw there was a crack.
No, yes. He was not trying to slip in. He says that
he was trying to slip in.
Wait,
he was trying to slip in.
No, he wasn't.
He did not say he wanted to slip in.
You don't think he was trying to slip in?
I think he's just like, if y'all don't fix things, like maybe he's like more mad at Shun, that Shun is like messing up this opportunity with Dai.
This is the way I took it, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong.
He was being purely messy.
He was being purely messy.
I
think he was. No. His intent was not to be messy, but he was motivated because he saw a crack, and he's like, maybe this is an opportunity where I could show that I'm a better option for him, and I can treat him better than Shun. And he low-key did say that.
No.
He said that when he read the letter.
No, because if it wasn't him, it was him or Alan that's just like, we're tippy-toeing around you. Like, it's awkward, and you see, like, Dai is, like, putting himself in this situation. It's like, dude, you're short, but you're a good dude. So, like, why are you doing this to yourself? That's how I took it. I mean, if he can slide in, sure, that's a bonus, but I don't think that was the intent.
But yeah, I feel like if he wanted to slide in, he would have been like, don't talk to Shun.
I don't think it was the intent. I think the intent was, y'all are making everything awkward. I'm going to try to fix it. Yeah. But I think also part of the motivation was, if there's a little crack, maybe I can slide in.
No, maybe that's how you would approach it, but
I mean, I don't. If I see mess, I only watch mess on TV. If I see mess in real life, I stay away. Even if there's a crack, I'm not even trying to fill the crack. I'm trying to stay away from it because cracks mean earthquakes. Okay,
what if it's Taehyun's crack?
Listen, yeah, but Taehyun's crack is different.
You're feeling that crack?
That's a different crack.
Oh my god.
That's a different one. Don't get me started because you know my mouth is nasty, so I'm gonna decide not to do that.
We have to censor you out, boy.
Censor, yeah. 18 plus rating.
But I guess the cool thing about this is it
was a beautiful letter.
It was a really nice letter. He poured out his whole heart. It's interesting that part of some of the things he said in the letter was pretty much based on some advice he got from Shun, which was indirect, saying like Shun said something to the effect of, if you can write 10 things about that person, clearly you like that person, right? And he couldn't write 10 things about Kazuto, but he could do that about Dai.
Because Kazuto's still so not cold, but reserved with everyone.
Yeah, he's reserved and a little guarded, and I think we understand why he's guarded. Like, he kind of mentioned that a little bit, that he really takes his time before he kind of lets some of those walls down because, but anyway, before we continue, there was a final question. Y'all remember what that question was that Ikkyo asked Dai?
Is it kind of similar to what he asked Kazuto? He was like, can I like you?
So
can I be romantically interested in you?
Oh, yeah. Was that it?
Please help us because we want to make sure that was translated correctly.
I need to double check. I need to double check because I was too fixated on, is Dai gonna just be like, yeah, okay, let's do
Imagine Dai just dropped. Imagine he was like, all right, fuck it.
I would
Honestly,
have gagged.
I would
I
have
would have
loved it.
gagged.
If
I
I was
mean, I would have loved it,
production,
but
if
I
I
would
was
have gagged.
production, yeah, I would have said, "Do it, just do it."
I
We
think
got one more
if Equal
episode.
was here from the beginning, maybe things would have stirred earlier.
Oh, you know what? I agree with that.
I
Like they
agree.
did Equal dirty by him being here like week
Yeah.
2.5.
Well, he
3.
came to replace Usopp, remember?
Yeah, I think
Did he
so.
come after? It was like, yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
he did. Remember,
Yeah.
Usopp left the next day. Ikkyo
So
came.
sad. Yeah,
Yeah.
they kind of did him dirty. He didn't have enough time to really build bonds with anyone in the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Y'all need a break? Y'all need a pee? One of y'all got to pee.
Let's have a mental pee break, y'all.
Okay. I mean, yeah, mental pre-break that you don't actually pee in your seat. We not that old. Yeah.
Oh my
Audience,
god.
take a mental pee break.
Okay. We had our little break. We had our little toilet treasures.
Ew.
So Steven shared with Jonathan and I a TikTok regarding my husband Taehyun and why no one was chasing this fine, intelligent, intellectual, well-rounded man. The theory is because he is Korean. Jonathan and Patrick, what do y'all think about this based on now that we have watched the show?
Yeah.
And should I preface, none of us are Japanese. So if you are Japanese and are listening and could give some cultural feedback, spill
Please, in the comments.
slide into our DMs.
Roast us in the
and
comments.
Let us know. And we will respond.
Oh my god, don't
And
roast.
you can roast us in the comments too. We may
Drag
not
us
respond to the
for not
roast, but we want the information. We want the tea.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
let us know. But anyway, the question again is, do y'all think no one was chasing Taehyun, Alan, or Gensei because of xenophobia? Because all of them, those three are not fully Japanese. Like ethnically not fully Japanese.
I mean, so it's hard to say, right? Because like you don't want to like make up stuff there's not proof. Plus, that issue exists everywhere, right?
It sure does.
I think with let me break it down between the three, right? For Taehan, to me, it was like after we got to know him a little bit better and stuff, I don't think he was vibing with anybody. Like he's a little bit older, he's in a different place in his career, he's got his like own stuff, and a lot of these guys are like in their like early to mid 20s, yeah, and I'm just like that's like a whole different world. So after listening to him, I was like, maybe not. Alan, people seemed to like open up to him. He was just loud, like in a good way.
It's a good loud because everyone was so
it
quiet.
is.
I
love me some Alan.
I'm a loud person, but I think it put people off at first because they were just like, remember the first few episodes? Everyone was like dead quiet. Like I was like, oh my god, is this gonna be the whole show? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch this. So
it was too formal, too everything.
Right.
Gensei, I don't know. I don't know what was. I feel like we still didn't get a lot of screen time for him. Maybe he was just so fixated on Ryota that he didn't like try with the other people. So
right.
He had that chest tattoo. I'd be all over him. I was like, yeah, you got me.
He's very cute on social media. Like I love him on Instagram.
Is.
He's
He's
making
so
cute little
adorable.
TikToks.
Yes. He is adorable, and I love like all three of them. I think are great in their own way. I mean, you already know what I think of Taehyun, but Alan as well is like a catch.
Oh my
he's
god,
extremely. He might be a little loud. That's fine. Loud is beautiful. And
loud is beautiful.
I'm getting that tattooed on me. Loud is beautiful.
Loud is beautiful. Alan got that nice hairy chest, and
he knows how to twerk. He knows how to
twerk. It's that little Brazilian he got in him, okay?
Hey.
And he's just an all-around fun person to be with. And for everybody, that is not their cup of tea because some people like to be boring. and that's it. You know,
I feel like because he knew Dai already in the house, that kind of
right.
made things easier
Yeah.
for them
Yes,
to all kind of accept him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, I don't think Sean accepted him right away for obvious reasons because
Shun saw everyone as competition.
Right. And the thing is, you know, already Di and Alan saw each other's kibbles and bits, so
not kibbles and bits. The puppy play. Oh my god!
I like how they tried to play that off as if nothing happened, and we're all like, "Yeah, okay, sure."
You know, a lot happened. We know fluids were exchanged. Like we know this, okay? Like we know. So don't say it's like, and they have their thing. They know each other. They follow each other on Instagram, whatever. They're not into each other like that anymore, clearly.
Yeah.
So, and then, yeah, I think
they were street
Patrick
friends,
and I feel
right?
as if, Jonathan, you said
say?
this a few episodes back. Huh?
They were street friends? Is that what you were going to say?
A street thing.
They weren't street things. They were friends with benefits.
Oh my god.
They were bed friends.
They were bed friends.
Anyway.
Oh, come on, BL fans. BL fans, if y'all know the reference.
If you know, you know.
Hey. Oh, Shun knows too. Shun's probably seen the show too.
He probably has. That's right.
Girl.
Shun is a BL fan.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why I'm kind of like, Shun, I want to be, if you're ever listening to this, don't use BLs as your point of reference for a relationship.
No, that's what we all do.
I don't.
Don't use
what I do.
Like,
that's what I do.
Just could you imagine if his frame of reference was my stand-in?
No, his frame of reference.
And he was like, "No, what? I'm gonna pull a
type.
Ming or Darn type." Oh no, and full no.
Reference
bad references.
Make your days count. No, I don't know.
Oh no, definitely
Wild.
not that one. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into episode 10.
The finale.
So we left off episode 9 with the question that Ikeo asked Dai about if he could be more than friends with.
He said, "Can
Dai?
Will you allow me to be romantically interested in you?"
Patrick, please give us some context here, because honestly, it's giving. He did this twice already. It's giving very.
Is that a normal sentence?
Is that a normal
I need
sentence?
to. You know what I'll do either today or tomorrow? I will go and like check what's going on. I think they're just very formally translating it, but I can't remember off the top of my head. That is.
I see.
If it is like normal, you would never translate it that way in English because it would just be very literal.
Yeah, that sounds very old timey. Sounds very super formal.
Yeah.
To be like, can I have a crush on you?
Yeah, it's probably just translation. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe that's how he is too.
It could be.
I mean, I feel like this show also like it likes to translate like and love as the same thing, and I know no one's saying love in this show. But that's for later. But anyway,
that's for later. But I will say, you know, as kind of expected. Well, here's a few things. Dai confessed that he did kind of have a crush on Ikeo when he first came into the house.
Yeah. Which is normal.
That was pretty obvious.
Because that was fresh off of Shun being like, let's just start over as friends. Like,
correct.
Yeah.
And Shun was getting jealous. But we talked about that already. And we... Anywho. But long story short, Dai rejected Ikeo because
Ikeo got rejected twice this show.
Twice. And
R.I.P.
Dai was already committed to Shun. Like, we know just before this, Dai was like, I am going to do my best to understand you. That's what he said to Shun, right? He's committed. So just the fact that he asked that kind of question, I'm kind of like...
At the last hour.
You were going to get rejected anyway, boo-boo. So,
I mean,
but I'm glad you said it.
He's following in Gensei's footsteps, being like, I'm going to walk out here with no regrets. I'm going to say my piece.
Right.
And also Usopp. Like, they all kind of left, you know, no regrets saying their piece.
Right.
On the show.
Then day 4 comes around. Next day, Kazuto is in charge and chooses Alan.
I was shocked.
And you were shocked?
Well, like, because I didn't really know what was going on with them. I feel like that second date, it was just, I don't know. I was like,
yeah, they didn't discuss the second date with
yeah.
the audience.
They really did.
I didn't know who he was going to choose, to be honest. I was like, oh, I don't know.
I kind of was already like, if he's going to choose anyone, it'll be Alan. Mm-hmm. Even though I feel as if he could choose anybody in the house.
I thought maybe he'll choose Taya. I was like, give Taya one more screen time.
Yeah, that's what
I was low-key hoping he would choose
I thought
him,
that too.
But
Taya
I
hasn't worked the truck in like 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a feeling he wasn't. I had a feeling he was going to choose Alan anyway. Because remember a couple episodes back, well, actually, I think at their last overnight date, Alan did say, not Alan, Kazuto did say that he feels the most comfortable with Alan.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where that stems from. So it's like, even if we don't know how he's feeling about Alan, we do know at least that, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then, this part had me giggle.
Oh, my God.
When Ryota ran out with that bento.
Oh,
I was like...
this looks so sad.
Sir,
this is so desperate.
Did Gensei not teach you anything? Like,
he didn't. It went over his head.
Oh my God.
He missed the memo.
Those sandwiches look good,
He
though.
He did not check his email. He did not check his email.
Yeah, the way they were eating those sandwiches later on, they were like, "This is some good." I mean, like, thanks, Ryota.
He put his foot in it clearly. So.
Yeah, they say, Kazuto, you got competition. You been teaching him something.
But then part of me is like, I was thinking maybe this is his way of moving on. Maybe he's like,
no,
you know
this
what?
is a final.
It was like, I still love you. Eat my sandwich.
This was, you didn't respond to my line messages last time you were in the truck, so I'm gonna give you this bento line box, and you're gonna think of me.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
He probably spent money on custom stickers to send them too. Oh gosh!
But I will say, my friend that was watching this with me was like, you know, Ryota's giving sad boy vibes. y'all think that? You know, like he's definitely
got that model face where he's always just kind of always looking kind of
sad.
Yeah,
sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
Seriously sad. I don't know.
Yeah, model
sad
face.
And
that's
desperate.
Like exactly what it is. It's model sad.
Then also, Kazuto had a very honest convo with Alan. I think it was when they got back to the house. Oh no, not at the house. It was
when they
after they closed the truck. But it was after they ate those sandwiches. It was after they closed the truck. And Kazuto had a very honest convo with Alan and expressed to Alan how he feels Alan is inspirational to him and motivational to him. Like, unlike Ryota taking notes, Kazuto has been really paying attention to Alan, which is a sign, right, to me.
Yeah.
And seeing how Alan's personality really has Kazuto thinking, you know what? There's a lot I can learn from interacting with people from Alan. Because Alan is someone that when he walks into a room, he owns it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, all eyes are on him because he knows how to light up a room. And I think if you don't have that kind of personality, that's someone that you can learn from. Not saying you should become them, right? But be like, you know what? These are some skills I can learn. And I love how Kazuto was introspective and was very vulnerable with Alan in that moment. But he did say this was kind of tied to some past experiences. And I'm like, what past experiences is he referring to that makes things difficult for him to fully express himself the way he wants?
Maybe he's also gone through some bad breakups. I mean, I don't know. I sent you that TikTok today where he said that he's been in like 2 relationships before.
Who, Kazuto?
Yeah, Kazuto.
Yeah, that
And
makes
unfortunately,
sense.
I couldn't see the TikTok, but you told me about it.
Yeah.
And
I guess it's on his YouTube channel, maybe, I guess. I'm probably going to binge all his YouTube videos after the show is over.
okay. I didn't know he had more videos. Okay. So I'll go ahead and take a look.
You need to, sir, you need to stop.
Anyway, back at the house, I guess because of that conversation, Alan gets a little anxious because it seems as if the way Kazuto was saying things was almost as if he was like, I'm about to leave the house too.
It
And
felt
already
like a
you had
goodbye,
Usopp
for
leave,
sure.
you had Genzei leave. Now you're kind of like, wait, not Kazuto leaving too. So I could see why Alan's like, oh my gosh, and the commenters even said the same thing. Like, it felt like he was about to say goodbye, you know?
Yeah.
Was that the same vibe y'all were getting?
I mean, I didn't know, like, until we get later in, I was like, are they just, like, randomly gonna leave? Is that how the show is ending? So I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I didn't really know what the final end result was gonna look like. But yeah, it did seem like he was like, I have this special bond with you in this house, and really grateful for, us knowing each other, and, like, just like a thank you. And I was like, oh. Yeah, it probably left Alan with the feeling like, oh, we're just leaving it as a showman's, like, that's it.
Well, I hope it's not that, but I guess we'll see.
I guess we'll see later.
But... We'll see later. Day 5, Shun is assigned the last shift.
Of course.
And he chooses Dai to go with him. Of course. Like, what did we expect? Because he don't really like anybody else in the house anymore.
And of course, he got to choose his man. Make sure he's not doing anything crazy in the house.
And of course, Dai is extra happy. One thing I love Dai's facial expression.
I do too.
So much. Like, you could tell when he is happy, he is truly happy. Like, that happiness is like deep in his heart, and he just has to let it out.
Yeah.
Like, he's pretty much like a Broadway show. You know what I'm saying?
Not a Broadway show.
So I just love how when he's happy, you could see it, and you feel it, and it's kind of like, I need Shun
he's very expressive.
I need Shun to feel this too. Like,
listen,
Dai can teach Shun a lot of things, so then Shun is not just making a stank face 90% of the time.
I mean, when Shun is happy, he also looks amazing. Like, he also, like, you can feel.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
But we've maybe seen that like twice in this whole show.
Yeah.
Oop.
Yeah.
We see it again when the rest of the house surprises them at the truck.
Yeah.
I was really happy because I was like, are they really gonna have their last truck day without the whole cast?
Yeah, I was thinking that was going to happen, but I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad they did surprise them. And
then I was mad that Gensei should have stayed 2 more days. And
I know. I was
thinking
he did stay a little bit longer.
I thought they would bring back
just
everybody.
a little bit.
I was like, oh, they're bringing back all
right.
the old
Oh, that
people.
too.
Yeah, that would have been.
Yusaka's, he's thrusting.
He's traveling.
Yeah,
thrusting at the club. He's like famous.
He's pole dancing somewhere.
He's like well known. So I don't know. He's busy.
Yeah, he has over 50,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
He has a lot. So one thing though, before the guys surprise them, Shun expresses to Dai that his time in the house, he's become more accepting of people, because he said he used to look at them and just judge them right away. And I was like, yeah, we know.
Come on, growth.
But we love the growth. And that's why I said Shun is capable of growing, and luckily Shun and Dai are very young.
Yeah.
And there's room to grow. And I think as they continue to experience life, they will begin to shift the way that they think about people and interacting with people. And one thing that the commenters said too when Shun said that, which I feel as if the commenters are all around our age or maybe a little older. But one thing I loved that they said was, when you judge people right away, you don't open yourself up to new experiences. They said something like that.
Yeah.
And it's very true. Like, I judge people based on not appearances but smells, but that's a whole nother story.
Oh God.
Oh my
But
god.
You gotta
but
wash.
I
You
will
gotta wash
say
yourself in the shower,
you gotta
everyone.
wash yourself. You
Kevin
know,
will
like
come
if
for
you,
you.
yeah, because I can't. There's only so much I can do with BO. Like I just can't. You know what I mean? Like I
Oh,
Oh, I
can't.
know.
But anyway,
but anyway, these guys
it,
looked nice and dressed and clean and
they came
showered
up
for this
clean.
Yeah.
celebratory dinner.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
that's
they
right.
did, and they were all in suits. All of them looked great. But
I mean,
who do you
who had
think
the
was
worst and
dressed
who had the
best?
best and who had the worst? Yeah,
I wasn't gonna say the worst because no
I'm
one
gonna
was
say the
bad.
worst.
Who is the worst to
Oh,
you?
okay. Who do you think was the worst?
All right, I won't say. Never mind.
No,
Never
no, no.
mind.
Now you have to
No,
say
go
it.
ahead and
You
say it. Now that you
yeah,
done
yeah,
put
yeah.
it in the atmosphere, you need to go ahead and say it, Jonathan. Okay.
I mean, our favorite model. I wasn't living for the outfit.
Was
that's
he in
all
the
I'm gonna
brown
say.
suit?
Oh, for Ryota?
Yes.
Yeah, that brown suit was
Oh, I
Ryota.
forgot what he was wearing, so that's my opinion.
ugly. We all know who was the
But,
best looking.
ooh,
Who do you think? I know your answer. Your answer is the same as mine.
Taehyun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bingo.
Mhm.
I love this little. He had like a little scarf as a tie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Like a little-
everything about it was so creative, very much like yes, I went to Pratt, you know, and he just looked he looked really good.
He looked
Again,
rich.
all of them looked good. Okay, like Taehyun definitely stood out for me, and I was being biased as well.
No, he
So,
did look like the best. I thought he did.
But he did look the best, you know. And
Maybe
I
I'm
mean,
not
I
living
loved
for a brown
Kazuto's
suit.
suit on him.
No brown suit.
I
I think
like what he
Kazuto also
was
had a
wearing.
brown suit, right? I'm not sure. Who had a
Yes.
brown suit?
Kazuto had like a weird
So
fit. I don't know. He needs to get that tailored.
It was
but-
like because the lapels were huge
Yeah.
on him. It's like they were exaggerated
Yeah,
lapels,
that's
you know.
like-
And then Alan was wearing a tuxedo.
Yeah, he looked good too.
Yeah, he was the only one in the tuxedo.
But he looked good, you know.
Yeah, he did.
Now I will say that stretch limo, it gave me Flavor of Love. I had a flashback.
I thought they
I
were
had
going
a-
to the club. I was like, oh, are we partying? Like they were dressed
No.
down.
I
no,
knew they
we
were
just
going
went to a quiet dinner.
Yeah, they said they were going to I knew they were going to dinner, but I immediately thought Flavor of Love because I don't know, Jonathan, this might be before your time, but
I watched
Patrick,
a couple episodes.
because let's just say Patrick and I were around when it was live on TV.
Oh my god, the spit
Drag
around the
me.
world.
Right, and you remember that in that final episode of that season, Flavor Flav took both New York and Hoops in a stretch limo
Hoops.
like that
Yeah.
to dinner, and you know it was. So those are the things that I think about.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that remind me of Flavor of Love. Anyway, then Alan saying, "Oh my God," was killing me.
His random
Oh,
English is killing me.
Always. Oh my
So
god,
funny.
you guys. Always. I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's too cute. I love it.
It's too
Very
cute. I
cute.
loved it. And I love how they were kind of saying a lot of niceties. We mainly heard the ones from Taehyun, you know. I think we get a little bit more of an insight of Taehyun's feelings of the house. We get a little bit during that dinner, but then in day 6, the final day,
Mm-hmm.
they are all cleaning the house, they're cleaning the truck, packing. First of all, Durian, who was one of the commenters, final look was giving.
Oh, was it?
Wait, was that the
I like
was that
that
with the
outfit.
necklace or is that a different look?
That was Durian's last look with that giant ass stiff wig.
I did not like that wig.
The wig I didn't care for, but I liked everything from the face down.
Right. I am a Thelma girl, so I was like everything she was wearing is like, please give me that. Thank you.
She was really cute. I loved her looks as well.
You all
So cute.
you all need to check her out, like music wise. She's just dropped a new song. It's very good. So
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
hunty.
Mhm.
All right.
All right.
So anyway, Taehyun announces he's leaving first, and he mentioned how he didn't fall in love with anyone because he didn't meet me, and that's okay.
Oh my
and
god.
then all these folks gave him. He said they all gave him the courage to come out to his family when he gets
Yeah.
home. And I feel, you know, there is a level of support, like in a familial kind of way, in that house, which again, I really wish we got to see more of that, and we didn't get to see a lot of that.
I wish we got to see that, because there's, if you're not falling in love, at least you're building strong, healthy relationships with other queer people.
Right. And I think a lot of that was happening. And sadly, we didn't get a chance to see that. And you could tell it was happening because everyone was getting really teary-eyed.
Yeah.
And Kazuto was ugly crying.
He was.
He was ugly crying. And he knows he was ugly crying, which is why he kept putting his face in his sweatshirt, like he was
New
ugly
York
crying.
Cat.
Oh my God, that ugly cat.
And
he looks real cute.
And I love how, each and every one of them
crying.
stood up to give Taehyun a hug. I also noticed how tall Ikkyo is.
Yeah, you were the same thing. I was thinking. I was like, damn, he's like a whole head taller than Taehyun.
Yeah, and I was like,
really?
how tall is Taehyun?
Yeah.
Yeah, because then I'm beginning to think, like, I know Shun is tall, and I know Ryota is tall.
We know Dai is short.
And I knew Dai is short. So I'm like, are Dai and Taehyun the same height?
I think they are.
No. Are they?
I think they might be.
Taehyun.
Because I was kind of thrown off. I was like, Ikkyo looks like...
Tell us how tall you are.
If you're listening.
Slide into our DMs.
Slide into mine.
Yeah, slide into
Only
Kevin.
Stay away from Kevin.
Oh, no. Anyway, then after he leaves, Ikkyo leaves. He mentions how he was a latecomer. Yeah, we kind of knew. Like, he, and Jonathan, you said this earlier, he just didn't have
enough time as everyone else. Like,
right.
I feel like he would have been a big contender if he was here from the jump.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. And it's so funny because at this point I was like, Ryota's gonna be next, because I noticed a pattern that I feel as if those who are not paired with anybody are gonna leave first, and I think that's something the producers set up in that way. And I was right, because once again, 90% of the time I'm right. So
anyway,
wow.
So I guess Ryota though, child, what did y'all think when he was like, I want to talk to Kazuto first.
One more time.
I want Kazuto to leave with me.
What did I write? I just wrote Lord in my notes. I was just like, Kundu not. Like, are you
I
kidding
said
me?
enough.
Yeah.
Enough.
I guess.
He don't want you. That was so awkward.
I was embarrassed.
It was so awkward.
I was embarrassed for him.
It was embarrassing. It
Kazuto
was...
had to be like, hey, he had to like shut someone down for like the 15th time in the show.
I swear.
But it was
the
sad
same
that he
person
had to be like, I felt so close to you in this show. But once you revealed your feelings to me, I feel like things got awkward.
Yeah.
And I started to feel awkward towards you. And so I created distance, and so I can't leave with you today. Goodbye.
Yeah. And then
see ya.
Like, that's
and then he
literally
literally said, I'm not leaving with you. Like,
you can leave me a
don't
sandwich.
Don't let the door hit
though.
you with a good Lord split you.
Leave me a
He
sandwich.
was like, but
Yeah.
that sandwich was good though.
That sandwich was
we
good.
loved it. Ellen and I ate that up.
That mocha latte was good though.
Like,
I mean, I feel
And
sad
then
for Ryota, but
I don't.
I did feel a little sad.
you needed
for
to,
him.
I don't know, broaden your
said you
options.
didn't.
Broaden your options.
That moody model
Like-
shit, that doesn't last forever. You need to move on.
That's just his face.
Like, stick to mochas.
Ryota was crying though. Like he had his heart broken again. But I'm kind of like, sir, what is that song? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me a third time, I'm just dumb. Is that what it is? Like, come on. Like,
I mean, he, he wanted to follow suit like everyone else and just keep going to the end. He wanted to pull a die. Like, I am going to keep going until I can't go anymore.
I don't know.
And so,
but the difference is, Dai and Shun, there's clearly something between them that everyone
you
can
feel
see,
something's
despite,
mutual. You feel something there.
Yeah, you feel it is,
to hold
despite
on to.
how, right. despite how messy and annoying it is, it's there, right? But I'm like, Ryota,
There's
there's
obviously nothing
nothing
here.
there for you. Like,
you haven't gone on a date with this guy. He's already told you that he doesn't like you like that.
Twice.
Right.
Twice before
twice.
that.
So...
Twice. And he's clearly vibing with somebody else, like kind of vibing with Alan in his own way, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
read the room. Read the room.
Yeah, read the room. Like, and clearly, I don't know, maybe the room is not in the language he speaks. I don't know. Something was just not clicking. Then Shun is the next to leave. Of course, we're like, Shun is probably going to leave with Dai. And he did.
Yeah.
I mean, the translation here on Netflix was a little weird because he was like, I want to talk to Dai outside. And then they both just left. Like, as if they were going to leave the house. I was like, oh, why did it say like that? I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird. And I was like, I don't think that's what they said. I don't think that's what they said. I'm going to leave with Dai. Yeah. Yeah. They go to the beach, which... my friend that was with me was like, oh, this was what was in the trailer. I was like,
oh, yes.
The trailer was 90% Shundai edits.
Oh, that's right. They did kiss in like an early, Wow, we had to wait the whole time for that.
They kiss so much in the show.
Well,
the show was tailored for them.
I'm not talking about the other kissing. Couple. I'm talking about just like the straight up kissing. So I don't know what happened in that bedroom.
Anyway, of course they have a conversation, which I guess that cleared up what Shun was thinking and why he was moving the way he was moving and grooving, and
I mean, it's just that he's a complicated person and he did not know how to trust Dai. And he needs to work on his own communication skills.
If you could see my face, I'm a complicated person. My man would leave me.
And that's why they're perfect for each other. That's why
we're all complicated. And, I was not sure how Shun was going to end that, but I was relieved when Shun was like, Dai, I love you. I really do.
And I was like, love. He said like.
Did he? Patrick.
I'm gonna have to go back and check. He did not say. Are you sure he said like?
How do you say love in Japanese?
Well, you can translate it both ways.
Aishiteru?
What did the there's?
Or you can say
it a different way. Yeah.
I thought that's just like.
No, it can mean both. It depends. It's contextual. So yeah.
So maybe they did.
So Shun probably loves Dai, which honestly, even if he just said, "Well, I like you," that's still
like a thing. Yeah.
A lot for Shun, right? Because that's as clear as you can get.
As clear as day that, hey,
right. Yeah. And I'm really glad he did that. We know Dai feels the same way because there ain't no way that you tolerating
you
that
going through
roller
all
coaster.
I know.
Right. And I love how they kissed as needed and expected. They kissed again. Honestly, I just want Shun to stop being an ass, just only ass she should be given is the one attached to your body. Other than that, no.
That's
other than that, don't do the rest.
I was
of
gonna say
stuff,
something bad, but I'm not gonna say it. I'll say it.
You can say it.
I'll say it on the side.
You can say it.
No, I won't. I'll DM y'all after.
No, Jesus.
We'll censor you.
Well, I was just, I'm wondering who's given, but never mind. Ignore me.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm happy they have a happy ending together.
Yes, I'm happy.
Beautiful sunset. They walk away.
Yes.
Like
in love,
like black aunties say, if they love it, if they like it, I love it.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, you don't approve of this?
I didn't. I'm not saying anything. I'm just happy they're happy.
That's
it.
That's saying a lot.
And that's it.
That's saying a lot.
And that's that on that. And Darian said this was a wild ride, and I couldn't agree more. That was the most frustrating.
They
I'm
were
like,
this
I don't
like
think we've
producers
even
were
seen
for
anything
sure.
that's frustrating in a BL.
No, this was purely BL. Like this was the producers struck gold with Shun. They were like, yes, he is giving us drama. He's giving us angst. He's giving us clips. Like, I know they did their big one with that. So
yeah, yeah, it was definitely like watching a very frustrating BL. You know,
the miscommunication trope BL. Like that's what it was.
100%. You know, then we get back to the house with Kazuto and Alan, and I love
this
how
was so awkward at first. Why are they still in the house?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
why didn't they go anywhere?
I guess where they gonna go?
But I was shocked
I don't
that
know.
Dai and Shun weren't the last, like the big finale.
Yeah,
I was like,
they didn't save them for last.
Right, I was like, wait, what are we doing?
Yeah, I was really kind of surprised that they made that decision, like production wise as well too. But also, you know what? I'm kind of
I think they just knew they were gonna end up together.
Yeah.
Like we all knew they were gonna. End
Oh,
up
so
together.
it's like the cliffhanger.
So it was the big mystery
Yeah.
was the second couple, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And I love how Kazuto was very clear. That's one thing I appreciate about Kazuto is I feel as if he makes an attempt to be very clear about his feelings, you know, and at least gives people something to kind of munch on instead of just, I'm going to try to see maybe if you can figure me out by osmosis. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't say much, but he takes his time with his words, and he really, like, he's really well spoken. Like,
yeah, and I love how he really took that time to really say that, you know what, I've grown closer to you, Alan. I want to keep getting to know you. I want to leave the house with you. Alan, of course, he doesn't mince his words. He's like, listen, I want to be by your side. I also want to get to know you more. You could tell based on the way Alan looks at him that he definitely likes him. So that means any of us that wanted to get with Alan, we probably lost our chance. And then
all the Yusak and Kazuto edits are, I don't know.
I was gonna say,
I don't know,
according to the internet.
But also, let's just
all those theories are they shut down now?
I don't know, because let's also remember this was recorded back in August, September of last year, right? So now, and they were there for a month. So now about a good 9-10 months have passed. So anything could happen in that time.
True. Okay, we know Dai and Chun are still together because they've been not so secretly posting pictures of each other.
They've been doing it. They've been pulling a Mute Tyler.
Set with us.
They really have.
The spoon
really
reflections.
Thinking we don't know.
Spoon reflections.
Right.
No one's safe.
Yeah, well, it's like we know. Like, y'all can stop pretending. You know.
So you think Alan and Kazuto are still together?
I don't know.
Do you think?
But I will say they were holding hands on the way out. Even if they're not officially together, I have a feeling they're going to be friends for a long time, at the very least, you know. So I guess some final thoughts that came from the commenters and then also our thoughts. So one thing that I love hearing stuff Durian says, to be honest. I like how he mentioned that the boyfriend has two different meanings, you know, like boyfriend as in romantic, but boy, space friend as in creating like relationships, like a platonic friendship, you know. And I think we kind of stated this already, that they indeed, the guys in this house, created like a brotherhood, you know. I mean, Dai and Shun, that's not a brotherhood because you're not doing that with your brother. That's a little,
it's not that kind of show.
It's not that kind of. It's not that kind of show.
There's an audience for it, but not on this show. Nope, no.
No. You know, and then we know that Alan and I don't think Alan and Kazuto are kind of doing that kind of stuff. Let me keep my mouth shut. So
anyway,
do we have any similar thoughts to?
Yeah, I hope
that
they all
or
really stay connected together. I really hope they are close still, and they hang out, because it's a great way to really make queer friendships, like we see in like His Man 2 and like other shows. that it's, you know,
Yeah.
it's always kind of sometimes hard to make gay friends without, you know, them being like past hookups or
Right. That's true.
Right.
or something.
Right.
Yeah.
It is true.
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
No, go ahead,
No,
Patrick.
finish your thought and I'll go.
No, my thought is gone. So your thought is now.
Come on, thoughts.
here.
Let's get into
Yes.
it.
Thoughts. No, Jonathan, I liked what you said. I think the show's interesting to me because not only does it show like real queer people, like could the diversity of like these people be a little bit better? Yes, maybe there'll be a season 2 and we'll see that. That's what I would like to see. But like you get to see like how real people interact and their relationships with each other. And it's what's the stereotype that's always going, oh, I have a gay friend, you should go on a date with them. It's like, ma'am,
not all gays
right,
like each other.
just
like
because
that.
it's a man doesn't mean I'm interested in them. So that's not how that works.
Right.
So
Just like, you know, with straight women, does that mean you're going to date any man?
Yeah.
You know, just like with straight men, are you going to date any woman?
Right. But for some reason we're
Like,
special.
hello?
Listen, if it was that easy,
Yeah, it's
y'all,
like-
damn.
No, because it's like if the vibe ain't right, the vibe ain't right. You know, and that's on period.
Yeah.
So, Jonathan, I also got to ask you because I swear we talked about this. That there's possibly going to be a reunion of some sort.
Oh.
Yes, there is. There's gonna be some kind of gathering. It says on August 3rd, there's gonna be a big gathering of all 9 boys and the 5 MCs, and they're gonna like take questions from the audience. And yeah, it's gonna be streamed on YouTube. So I hope there's like live subtitles.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I want to see what everyone's up to right now and who's still together.
Oh.
Or if any new relationships that's formed. You never know.
Mm.
If Yusak and, you know, Kazuto are
Oh,
still a
and the
thing.
third, we need a special episode for that, y'all. The third? That's
Yeah.
right around the corner.
Oh, I was just gonna say that, Patrick. You took the words out of my mouth. That we, you know what, Jonathan and I thought we were taking a break from doing a bonus series. Sounds like we got one more coming up to wrap this up.
We could.
But we will.
We gotta see how juicy it is.
We'll see how juicy things get.
sure.
You know, we're gonna watch it for sure, and hopefully they do live translation. And if they don't, we gotta wait a little bit. But if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. And if they don't, we're still gonna be out anyway. Because that is it for this bonus episode of Ride Can Top My Knee. Be safe and get yourself a boyfriend, even if you are straight.
Not the boyfriend. Hope the let's see. Hope the die in your life shuns your knee.
That's cute. That's
Real
cute.
cute.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's so cute. All right, y'all. Bye bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye bye.